Welcome to the South Ops Fire Weather Webcast for Wednesday, August 19th. I'm your host, Kristen Stewart. As high pressure continues to remain the dominant weather feature across California, the marine layer remains shallow, particularly for the south coast. Like the past couple of days, low clouds have spread deeply into the coastal valleys and lower slopes of the central coast. Low clouds are not nearly as widespread across the south coast, but there is a lot more cloud cover this morning as compared to the last couple days, with low clouds blanketing the Orange and San Diego County coastal plains. Clouds should clear nicely over the next few hours, and we will have plenty of sunshine to play with on this lovely mid-August day. After a brief period of cooler and more humid weather, we will be back to a more typical summer-like pattern as we move through this second half of August. High pressure will remain the dominant weather feature, though a Pacific trough offshore will still try to fight it by pushing against the western edge of the high. The high pressure will remain centered over the eastern Great Basin and Four Corners region through at least mid-next week, bringing back a slightly warmer than average weather pattern as well as afternoon and evening monsoonal activity across much of the deserts and portions of the higher terrain. There is still uncertainty as to how the high pressure and offshore trough will interact as we move into next week, but model projections are indicating that the center of the high pressure will move a bit farther to the east and thus slightly weaken over California, but still remain the dominant feature overall. As high pressure continues to dominate, temperatures across the region are generally expected to range around 5 to 10 degrees above seasonal averages through early next week. Highs will be in the 90s to around 103 across the valleys, 70s and 80s closer to the coast and for the lower mountains, and around 110 for the low desert. There should be little in the way of day-to-day changes in temperatures through the weekend. Then, with the high pressure shifting a bit farther east early next week, we should see some slight cooling, especially closer to the coast. In addition to the warmer temperatures, humidity will remain near typical levels with minimums largely in the 10 to 25% range across the interior, driest for the deserts as usual. The marine layer will remain persistent near the coast, keeping humidity much higher there along with occasional bouts of low clouds. The high pressure will be in a more favorable position for monsoonal activity to return late this week, as south to southeast flow aloft over California will bring an influx of subtropical moisture into the mountains and deserts. As a result, scattered showers and thunderstorms are expected to return across the Sierra, deserts, and southern and eastern portions of the Southern California mountains on Thursday, likely continuing through early next week. Like we have seen recently, storms in these areas are likely to produce enough rainfall to preclude any significant fire weather issues with any lightning strikes. The recent cooler and more humid weather knocked fire danger indices down quite a bit, but now that we are back in a warmer and drier pattern, indices will be trending back upwards towards more typical summertime levels. Fire potential will gradually increase through the rest of the week, thanks to the warmer and drier weather pattern. Burn periods will become longer, and fuel receptivity will increase, with the potential for significant growth on well-aligned starts. We are not expecting any critical fire weather conditions, as there will be no extreme heat or significant wind, so fire potential will remain around seasonably elevated levels overall. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in. Our next webcast will be on Thursday, August 20th. Have a fantastic day.